Hi, a lot was going on in chapter 8. That was called The Bar, and this is still in the community discourse, and it's basically taking what from chapter 7 about the donor and hero relationship, except like pulling back, and it's not so much this transaction that's happening, we're focusing on where it's happening, so the setting. So this is where the name of the chapter comes in, bar, because that's just a common place for interactions to happen and stuff like that. Um, so we're trying to like see not so much, yeah, it's where they are, but it's like the atmosphere of where they are. So it doesn't have to be a bar, and I'll go into that a little bit more, like what makes an atmosphere. Um, but yeah, like within this situation, we're looking at the problem that's trying to be solved. So they give an example of binge drinking in college and stuff like that. And obviously, the setting here, the community, would be the bar. And it's not so much, and this is going back to the atmosphere, not actually the place, but it's not so much that because there's a bar selling drinks is why students are binge drinking. It's the atmosphere of the bar. It's the drink specials and the free shots and the loud music and the mood that it sets to influence kids, college students to binge drink. So it's not the drinking itself that is like the public policy problem, I guess. It's the setting and like the mood surrounding it that makes it happen. And they kind of talk about how in our society, our community, there's like this split order between official and unofficial systems of value. So with the binge drinking, under the official order, it's against the law and it's abuse of alcohol and it's something that's bad. But in the unofficial, it's actually like not worshipped but admired, I guess. So like unofficial, like in the social world, it's like, oh, good, yeah, drink a lot. So this like split personality, I guess, of our society is kind of, they say that this contradictory value system is the economy of the pop cycle. So it has a lot. It's obviously very important in what we've been talking about. So they give a bunch of like examples of stories and stuff where we're not supposed to really get what's going on. It's just, the point is just to understand the atmosphere and notice like how they describe it and stuff like that and the feelings you get. More specifically with atmosphere, they talk about song and how music can really set an atmosphere of a scene. So music, and it's not necessarily the music, the lyrics itself, but it's that like obtuse meaning. It's the sound of the music that influences like the certain mood you're in. And they talk about it, they give a bunch of examples like tango and samba, but for really quickly, one example was samba. The effects are this like desire or yearning for something or someone. It's very soulful, bittersweet longing, they say. So it's not the words of the samba or the music notes, it's the feeling you get from that. And then within this whole bar idea, there's always music playing in a lot of settings that we're in. So the music can set the tone, which can put in action this this public policy question, I guess, whatever that may be. So basically, they talk about how like stripping like how Plato would strip I can't find it, but like how Plato would strip away drama from epic to get like this raw idea. We need to strip away, we need to strip music away so that what is left is just this raw mood that we get from it, which I think is really interesting. I think it'd be really interesting to be able to incorporate music, not necessarily because of the words in the community discourse, but because the meaning of them to you. So that could be something that can be pulled from this chapter to put in our actual my stories. So at the end, basically, they sum up saying like this is the last step, the community discourse, and now our next step is to just juxtapose the community, the career, entertainment, and family, and start to find signifiers. Because I guess the next step would be finding our emblem. And then I actually liked Ulmer gave like a personal anecdote about like when he first tried the My Story, how he found gall as this signifier, and I just think at the end of the book it's really interesting how you really can just pick apart and find anything. So I think that will be interesting to see how that works out. But that's basically what Chapter 8 was about, so thanks.